Cannabis refers to all products that come from the cannabis plant, and weed and marijuana refer to all products with high levels of THC. THC is the ingredient that causes people to feel high.
Weed,
edibles,
Hash.
pot,
Ganja.
dope,
joints.
Grass.
yes, definitely.
Yeah, it's pretty normalized.
Yeah, people are using it more than they did before, and they're losing the awareness of the negative impacts.
Yes, marijuana is fairly normal in our community.
I think it's all about how you look at normal, and for how harmful and how negative the impacts of marijuana use are, especially to youth. I think it is way beyond normal in the community here. For the amount of students that use it, the amount of students that talk about marijuana use in just like everyday life, it's something that's way too normalized for how harmful and negative it is.
The number of Beach City students who report using marijuana in the past 30 days quadruples between 9th and 11th grade.
From their plugs.
Through like a plug source, which is kind of a person that gets their marijuana from a dispensary and then they redistribute it themselves.
They get it from shops that do not card.
Most kids who use marijuana in my school usually get it through older siblings or even parents, sometimes without their knowledge.
Yeah, social media is like the main way that people get their weed.
Yes, many people find their plugs on social media like Snapchat or Instagram.
Yes, social media platforms like Snapchat provide the youth a way to communicate and figure out who in their community can give them access to marijuana.
Living near cannabis dispensaries is associated with easier access and more marijuana use among youth and young adults.
Almost half of Beach City's 11th graders find it easier to obtain marijuana than cigarettes. Less than half of Beach City's 11th graders perceive marijuana use as very wrong.
THC in marijuana has increased 300 times since 1995. Concentrated products that are vaped and dabbed can contain up to 90% THC. Dabbing is the process where marijuana concentrates are placed on a heated platform to be vaporized and inhaled through a dabbing tool, often called a rig. Marijuana concentrates are manufactured to extract high levels of THC. They are often contaminated with pesticides and other residual solvents like butane.
I don't think adults realize how many ways there are to get high on marijuana. People still smoke it out of a bong or rolled in a joint, but it isn't as easy to hide as in an edible or a vape. Vaping, dabbing, and using edibles are becoming more popular among youth.
In 2019, the U.S. Surgeon General emphasized the importance of protecting the youth's developing brains from the harmful effects of marijuana. The risk of negative health consequences increases with exposure to high levels of THC and the younger the age a person starts using. Using marijuana can cause increased heart rate, anxiety, and memory impairment.
Using marijuana can result in the inability to do complex tasks, difficulty with thinking and problem solving, which can affect academic performance. Marijuana use is also linked to higher rates of depression and suicide in youth.
Concentrates, such as wax and edibles, have been linked to more marijuana-related emergency room visits for psychosis, vomiting, and THC poisoning.
Now that you know that marijuana use in the beach cities is higher than the Los Angeles County average, here's what we want to tell adults about marijuana.
There are tremendous consequences for using marijuana.
I think it's really important to just recognize really how easy it is for youth in the Beach Cities community to obtain and use marijuana.
Now that you know the negative health impacts of marijuana, here's what we want to tell adults about it.
Openly using marijuana around your children normalizes it and can lead them to think it's okay to use as well.
It is important to have these conversations with your children so that they understand the risks of using marijuana.
It can impact your health.
Now that we know marijuana is stronger than ever before, here's what we would like to tell adults about marijuana.
It's not always the kids that you expect. Sometimes it's people that take AP classes, are active in the community, and participate in extracurriculars and sports.
Just because it's legal for those 21 and older to obtain marijuana, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good idea. There are still plenty of risks involved, especially for the youth.